In this video, I'll show you how to build a 9-inch frame with 3 openings. Begin with your cut pieces. For the triple frame, you'll need 4 parts E, 2 parts F, 2 parts C2, 2 parts D, 2 parts C1, 2 parts C1 mirrored, 2 parts B, and 3 parts A. There is a table with number of the part needed for every number of cells in the PDF tutorial. Fold all the score lines using a bone folder or your tool of choice. Fold firstly on valley scores. Proper folding now will make assembly much easier later. Repeat with the other parts used. There are letters on some flaps to make it easier to distinguish between modules. Start with part A. Place it flat on your work surface. Glue the 4 flaps outside. Add a small amount of glue to each tab, just enough to hold it firmly, not so much that it seeps out. Place the part A so that the glued flaps are up and down. Insert the part B on left. On the opposite side will be the part D. These are the vertical walls of the frame. Then add the next part A. Then another D and A and B at the end. The C parts are for the horizontal walls. C is for the single cell frame. C1 are for the end of the frame. C2 for the middle. Add the C1 normal or mirrored depending on how it was folded, so that the longer end covers the part B. Glue its mirrored part to the opposite side. Continue with C2 parts. And another C1 pair. Turn face down. Line up carefully and push the parts one to another with no gap and no overlap. Add a dot of glue at the ends of part D. Be careful with the glue. If it slips, it will be visible on the front of the frame. Repeat to all joints of that type. Next add part E. There are 2 micro tabs so that no solid cardstock is covering the folding line. There are also marks that should go over the seam formed by the back side of the C parts. Align carefully. The folding line should be visible and centered through the small ellipse opening. Make sure that the long side flap is not glued. Continue with the next E part. Glue it mirrored according to the first one. Make the same on the opposite side. Then move on to the corner connections. Scraping with the bone folder, where possible, shortens the drying time of the glue. Glue all four. Fold the loose flaps of part E so that they do not interfere with folding the long side of the frame. Glue the next corner flaps. Then glue the remaining E-part flaps inside. Pull a little to the center and make sure the folding line is straight. Now close the final flaps. First those that belong to part B, and then the rest. The F parts are primarily decorative. You can skip this step if the back of the frame is not visible. If you want to use any hanging hole, push a little to open it. Thank you for watching. If you'd like more tips, check the written tutorial included with your download, or reach out if you have any questions.